Hey guys, hello. Y'all, it is an ugly day out here. It was ugly yesterday. It's ugly today. It's just ugly. Okay, so I just started a new book. If you did not know, you guys, I listen to audiobooks. I've been getting through 2 books a week. I'm so proud of that. I just started Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Paris. It's so crazy because before I found audiobooks off of the Apple Store, I didn't think I liked audiobooks. Just being honest, because I would always try to listen to the free ones on YouTube. Those are so boring. Don't do it. Don't do it. Those books are boring as hell. It's the way it's being narrated. But if you go to books on your iPhone, you have to pay for these. But like the narration is great. It just keeps you listening and wanting more. It's just been like a whole vibe. I've honestly been preferring listening to audiobooks than watching TV. Like, I cannot make this up. Like, just give me an audiobook and I am good to go. So this is book 8 that I've started. Book 8 now. So excited about that. So if you don't do audiobooks, try it and then you can thank me later. And that kind of brings me into what I wanted to talk about on this car ride, which is peace. You guys, listen, if you have not found peace, I'm going to challenge you to find it. I was not familiar with peace until I found peace, okay? And I just recently came into peace over these past few years, and it's just been developing, getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Listen, I used to love toxicity. Subconsciously. It wasn't like, oh, let me go out and find the most toxic friendship ever, right? It was all subconscious, meaning I didn't even realize this is what I was doing. But I thought it was normal to have anxiety. I thought it was normal to always be frustrated and stressed. Like, I thought that was normal to be sad and just emotions all over the place. Like, I thought that was normal. That shit's not fucking normal. Well, let me take that back. It's normal to a lot of people. But that's not how you should be. Like, your life should not be chaotic. You should not be around chaos and drama. Like, your emotions should not be up, down, all around. Like, that's not peace, y'all. And some people like to claim, oh, no, I live in peace. No, you don't. Not with all that going on. One minute you're happy, next minute you're sad, next minute you stressing and arguing with this person, screaming at the top of your lungs. Like, that's not peace. That is not peace. That's chaos. And I don't even know how I used to function like that. Like, having your energy all over the place, like, that shit is not cool. And I only realized how crazy it was when I found peace. That's when I realized how crazy it was. When I finally found peace, y'all. And finding peace, like, that's hard. That's hard. Because you have to be so intentional about it. It doesn't just happen. Like, you have to intentionally work towards not only getting peace, but maintaining peace. Y'all, I might have to stop at the gas station. I might have to stop this and redo it, but not redo it, but just turn it back on. But you have to maintain peace, because it's not just like you can lose it depending on who you're around, the type of content you consume. That's why I don't watch the news. Like, some many people will be like, how you don't watch the news? Don't you want to know what's going on? No, not really. No, not really. Because I don't know what news station you watch, but the news stations that I used to watch, if I kept watching that shit, I would be freaking out thinking that I ain't gonna have no money, I'm gonna pay no bills, and my rent gonna be $10,000 by tomorrow. Like, the news is nothing but toxicity. Like, who got shot? What got blown up? Who's at war with who? What Trump done did now? Like, it's just all over the place. I don't want to live like that. I personally do not want chaos in my life. And I challenge you to find peace. I challenge you to find it. Now, I found peace through a lot of things that have helped me have overall peace. One of which was through weight loss. So, just locking in on eating healthy, exercising, just really buckling down on how I treat my body, the foods that I have. A lot of times too, your emotions and your anxiety could be all crazy because of the amount of sugar you eat. Your body has to break all that down. So if you eating a shit ton of sugar and then you antsy, or you drinking a whole bunch of caffeine and you antsy and stuff, well, that's why you feeling all jittery and like you can't just sit down, right? I'm gonna pump my gas. I'll be right back. So yeah, just making sure you're eating healthy, moving your body. Something else, I don't know if you know this or not, I used to be an alcoholic. I used to drink every day. A lot of that had to do with how much I hated my job and just that environment. But that's the other thing, like, it's hard to have peace when you working in a toxic ass workplace. Like, y'all, I don't even know how I made it out. And I was there for 6 years. 6 years. That was hard. I definitely didn't have peace at that time in my life, like, at all. So if you have a toxic job, it's one thing to just have a job that you hate because you just, you might just not like the line of work, or maybe you don't like your hours. But if you have a toxic job, if you have a job that's toxic, meaning the people are toxic, management is toxic, it's high stress, no. And see, I had made the mistake of staying because of what they were paying me. Even though I was still broke as hell, it was hard for me to find another job that was willing to pay me what I was making there. And so I had made the mistake. I would never do that again. But at the time I was younger, so I just didn't know. But I had made the mistake of staying there because of the pay. And at the time, I prioritized money over peace. But again, like I said, I'll never do that again. But just being at a place where your blood pressure, like, I kid you not, sometimes I'd have my Apple Watch on, and if I felt like, because I was paranoid there too, like I thought they was going to fire me. Like, it was crazy. Every day I thought I was getting fired. Like, that is the most toxic shit. But anyways, there would be times like my Apple Watch would tell me to go seek medical help because my blood pressure was like high as hell. Like, my beats per minute, it was like really high. And so the Apple Watch would give me a warning, like, seek medical attention, like your BPM is too high. It's like it could cause a stroke. Like, that's how fast my heart rate would beat sometimes because of the interactions I would have with management or whatever. Like, that's not peace. That is not peace. That's what I'm saying. Like, that is not peace. I don't even know how I was able to function like that. So I left, I quit, and I'm so glad I did because, ever since then I've been running my own business. So, but I'm just saying, like, that is not peace. Something else too. And I got rid of my habit, my addiction to alcohol. Like, I had to get rid of that. I kicked that, and I don't drink. Like, I'll never drink again. That's over with. I will never touch alcohol again. And just having to rely on a substance to ease your nerves, that's not peace. Like, you should not be addicted to anything. It's not anything that's like causing harm to your body, like food, depending on what types of food you're eating. Like, being addicted to sugar, being addicted to salts, fried foods, that's not okay. That is not okay. And I personally feel like if you have to rely on a substance that's literally destroying your body, like, you don't live in peace. That's not peace. To have a vice, that's not peace. I'm not sitting here saying I'm perfect by any means, but a lot of my bad habits, I had to get rid of all that stuff to get to this space of peace that I'm in now. Something else too is figuring out what is it that you love to do. Like, I'm so glad that I found my purpose. Teaching people how to make money, being a content creator. I look forward to this every day, y'all. Like, every freaking day. Yes, and I do it every day. There has not been a day in years where I literally took 24 hours off. 24 hours. And some people will be like, no, that just makes you not alcoholic. That just makes you a workaholic. No, it doesn't feel like work. That's the thing. And me and my counselor, like, it's like sometimes I don't even feel like she understands what I'm saying, because she'll be like, Jazz, I need you to go outside and, like, you know, go interact with people, go do something. And I'm just like, she's like, you're always working. And I keep having to tell her, I'm not against interacting and meeting people and going outside. I go outside. Like, I walk every day. I go outside and I touch grass. But what I'm saying is, like, it doesn't feel like work. So when people call me a workaholic, I don't resonate with that term. If anything, I'm a funaholic. Like, I have so much fun making content every day. I have so much fun running my business. I'm not sitting here and saying that my business doesn't cause me stress from time to time. I was just telling y'all yesterday when TikTok banned my live, restricted my live. Like, yeah, shit happens. Being an entrepreneur is not just rainbows and butterflies. Like, absolutely not. It's up, down, up, down. But because I love what I do so much, the moments when it is down, it really doesn't feel like it's down for long. And my down today is nothing like how down I used to feel working that toxic ass 9 to 5. Like, not even close. Not even close, y'all. So figure out what is it that you really love to do, and then figure out how to monetize that shit to live a life where you get to get up excited every day to work on your craft, and you can get paid to do it. Because it's 2025, like, you can monetize anything these days. People may not have that luxury back in the 90s or early 2000s, but today, absolutely. People get paid to do, like, the craziest things. So it's like, you might as well take advantage of it. Like, figure out what it is you love to do and then do it. Like, no excuses. Get the shit done. Turn it into a business. Seriously. Something else, and this is the biggest one. This is one I struggle with sometimes to this day, is being around toxic ass people, yo. People who are freaking negative, who are not working on themselves. They are not doing the inner work. How do you know? How do they make you feel? You'll know if someone's doing the inner work based on how they make you feel. Just that simple. If after you get around them, now you got anxiety, they're not doing the inner work. If after you leave from hanging out with them, they got you crying and second guessing yourself and making you feel like you're not worthy, they're not doing the inner work. Shit, I don't know which way I'm supposed to go. I think I go this way. They're not doing the inner work, y'all. Because if they was, that energy wouldn't even project off of them. I know I'm not the problem because I feel good about myself. See, people cannot treat you better than they treat themselves. It's impossible. And a lot of times that's what we're looking for. We are looking for people who treat themselves like shit to treat us great. And then we get frustrated when they don't. They don't because they can't. They can only meet you where they're at. I say this like every week. They can only meet you where they're at. So if you feel good about yourself genuinely, like only you would know the answer. I've never had a conversation with you before, so I don't know how you are. But I can say for myself, I'm not sitting here saying that I don't have things I can work on. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is the energy that I project is great energy because I feel great, genuinely. Like, it's not an act. I'm not performing. Like, I truly feel amazing. And since I feel amazing, I am able to give amazing energy to other people. But people who are not doing the inner work, they are not healing their traumas, they are not working through their brokenness, they are not working on being a better, higher version of themselves, they will project negative, toxic energy onto you. They can't help it. And this is all subconscious. I don't think they're waking up like, ooh, how can I make them cry today? I don't think people are doing that. But you gotta understand, a lot of people are asleep. They sleep, so they don't even know that they're doing it. They don't even know what the hell you're talking about. Like, if you were to tell somebody, like, your energy is just negative, they'll have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. They're not gonna understand. Because they're not doing the inner work. They always feel negative. So for you to tell them that they're negative, they can't really resonate with that because that's how they feel on a daily basis. So you need to get away from them people. You got to get away from those people, like, quick, fast, and in a hurry. Those people will bring you down. You can't have peace in chaos. And I used to refuse to understand that. Like, I refused to really let that sink in. But it's impossible to live a life of peace, but you got people around you, people that you're talking to, who literally make you feel bad just for being you. Who literally will hang around you knowing damn well they don't even fucking like you. But they still want to be around you. They still want to talk to you on the phone. They still want to be in your essence, but they can't stand you. But it's not that they can't stand you, they can't stand themselves. They don't hate you, they hate themselves. But at the end of the day, you can't be around that. I had to audit my circle, y'all. And it sucks. Yeah, when you know. But honestly, I feel like you know. I mean, I knew internally, I knew who was not good for me. I knew that deep down. But, sometimes you don't want to be by yourself, right? Sometimes you want a little company, right? Sometimes you want someone to talk to. I get that. You're human, of course. But that still doesn't negate the fact that you got to let them go. You cannot build a peaceful life when you are dealing with chaotic people. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna work. And your life will not be peaceful until you let them go, until you get up out that environment. How can you build peace in your life when you got people making you cry? This could be family, this could be friends, this could be a fucking relationship. How can you build peace in your life when you around people that's making you feel like you're not shit, like they can replace you tomorrow? And that's all just a coping mechanism. They know they can't fucking replace you. They done tried, they done failed. They know they can't replace you, but they don't want you to think that. That's toxic. They got too much ego. But that's not your problem, that's theirs. They can keep all that ego by themselves because you need peace. You build in peace. You want a peaceful life. So get rid of that. Anything negative that's making you second guess yourself, that's making you insecure, let it go. Let it go. It's not worth the peace. The juice ain't worth the squeeze. Okay? Let it go. If it's your job, find another one. You can't build peace when you're in chaos. It's not going to work. The next thing, this is a big one, discipline. You have got to build some freaking discipline. When you structure your life around what you love to do all day, every day, that's your peace right there. That's your peace. And it's crazy because when I was living in chaos and drama and emotions all over the place, I would have never thought in a million years I would appreciate a lifestyle where I literally do the same thing every single day. Whether it's a Tuesday or a Saturday, it's the same thing. I would have never in a million years appreciated that type of lifestyle. I have had more peace in my life when my life had structure. Now, I'm not sitting here saying I don't deviate. Of course you're going to deviate, One day I do gentle yoga. One day I'm doing vinyasa. One day I'm lifting weights. One day I'm just doing 20K steps, right? The day deviates to an extent, but every day you're doing things that you love. You got a bedtime. I would have never thought that I would be okay living a life where I'm in bed by 8 o'clock. Like, what? Yes. Old Jasmine would have been like, that's a boring ass life. Who the fuck want to be in bed by 8 o'clock? Jasmine today, peaceful Jasmine? Oh yeah. Ain't nothing of importance going on past 8 o'clock. Like, let's just be real. Let's just be real. Nothing's going on past 8 o'clock that I need to be a part of. Let's just be real. Having a bedtime, not drinking. I never in a million years thought I could live a life of fun and not incorporate alcohol in that fun. Never. Like, I don't even think about alcohol. The only time I think about alcohol is when I'm making content telling y'all I don't drink freaking alcohol. Alcohol doesn't even cross my mind, like, at all. Like, it's nothing. It is nothing. And if I do yearn, because I used to, when I was a drinker, when I was struggling with alcohol, I loved going to Mexican restaurants and getting a frozen margarita with salt on the rim. So every so often, when I do go to Mexican restaurants and I'm just craving that frozen drink, I'll get a a mocktail. I'll tell them to make me one without alcohol, and I'll still get the salt on the rim, and I'm good with it. Like, I'm good with that. Like, I'm fine. If you feel like you can't have fun without drinking, then you need to be around new people. You need to be around new people. Like, it's really that simple. I know a lot of people today who don't drink, and not necessarily because they struggled with alcohol like how I did. They just don't drink because they don't need to. Like, alcohol just slows them up. Like, my personal trainer and his wife, they do not drink. Like, they don't drink at all. Like, they have no desire to drink. They'll do mocktails. When they go out, they'll get a mocktail. I have gym friends that don't drink. Like, they don't drink. Like, it's of what? For what? For what? Like, okay, let's just voluntarily poison our body today because we have nothing else better to do with our time. Let's just go ahead and drink rat poison, shall we? What is the point? Like, what is the point? Just to be stupid? To loosen up? Like, come on. You can loosen up without being drunk. You don't need liquid courage. Like that. If you feel like you need liquid courage, it's because you don't have any courage at all. And that means you need to do the inner work. You need to do the inner work. You're trying to perform. It's all performative. When you're at peace, you don't need to perform. When you're at peace, you don't need to prove to people that you're a cool person. When you're at peace, you know you're cool. Like, I know I'm cool. I don't need to prove it. I don't care. You either like me or you don't. Honestly, I would rather you not like me so you don't try to come in my life and stir up some chaos. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need any of that anymore. Like, today, I don't need that. I really don't. And because I've done the inner work, I have peace, okay? And I want that for you too. So I'm challenging you to outline what would a peaceful life look like for you. And there's no right or wrong answer. Your answer is your answer. Nothing is right or wrong. But you need to figure out what that is for you. What does a peaceful life look like for you? What would you be doing? How would you be making money? Where would your streams of income come from? What would you be doing on a day-to-day? What kind of exercises would you do? What kind of food would you eat? Where would you hang out? Like, just write it down. And then once you figure out what that is, well, now you got to work towards it. No ifs, ands, or buts. What kind of friends would you have in your peaceful life? Would you have friends? Let's just be real. Would you even want friends? I don't know you. I don't know. So figure that out. And then every single day, because you know I'm an everyday type of person. Like, if you really trying to accomplish something, we got to do this every day. We ain't doing no once a week crap. Okay? It's every day. Once you figure out what that is, every single day, you need to be working towards that. No ifs, ands, or buts. Okay? So I hope this video helped. Let me know, leave a comment down below. Do you live a peaceful life? If not, what do you need to do to change that so you can live a peaceful life? And make sure y'all join Glow Up Academy. This is the space where we transform who we are so we can get the results that we've always wanted. Bye, you guys.